Hello and welcome to another Dynamic CCTV technical video. Today we're going to take a look at Hikvision's new IPC panoramic range of cameras. There's two cameras in the range, a turret unit and also a bullet camera design as well. The units come with a panoramic 1.68mm lens. You can see there that, hopefully you can see that lens actually protrudes the front of the actual camera, similar to what you would see on a fisheye camera. And the same with the bullet camera there. You can see that the lens protrudes the front, then you've got a glass casing over the lens as well. The reason why the bullet's got the glass casing is this is actually an IP67 rated camera, so this can be fitted, is suitable for outdoor conditions in the UK. The turret model is for internal use only, so not to be fitted in external environments. It doesn't have the suitable IP rating for that, so that's something obviously fairly important to keep in mind. Obviously, as mentioned, they've got a panoramic lens on the front, which is a 180-degree horizontal field of view. So this can actually sit on a building and will actually cover wall to wall in the visual field of view. So a lot of information within the image. So because of that, close range applications are what this would be suitable for. Close range but very wide angle areas. One advantage is you could potentially utilize one of these in a position covering a wide area, whereas previously you may have needed two cameras. So instead of having to fit and cable and spend time on site fitting two cameras, you can pop one of these up, single PoE cable run to it and a single channel used up on your NVR, and you're still getting the same full area coverage. They're a 4 megapixel resolution image sensor, support all the sort of industry standard codecs, H.265, H.265 Plus, the two at the moment that are most commonly used. 120 decibel WDR. The turret unit has got a 10 meter infrared range, and the bullet has got a 20-meter range. As I mentioned earlier, because such a wide angle field of view, the IR is reduced range because a lot of the spread is covering the width of the image, so not so much distance with the actual IR. Both units have got the usual removable front there, which contains a reset button and a micro SD card slot, which you can utilize up to 256 gigabytes. And also the bullet camera there has got the usual removable flap on the bottom for that as well. So what we'll do now is we'll demonstrate one of these in action. We'll get one of these fitted to our headquarters, and so you can get an idea of the area in which the camera is covering, and we'll also have a look at a couple of settings within the actual web front end of the camera. Okay, so I've now got one of the panoramic unit installed on our offices, on the rear of our offices at Dynamic CCTV. It's looking straight out. You can see there we've got full 180-degree coverage along the rear of our offices. Air conditioning condensers there across the bottom. You can see then obviously from the mouse point, that's the edge of our offices there, and that's the other edge at the other side. So full 180-degree coverage there. You'll notice from the image there is a little bit of warping involved with the horizontal field of view, and that's just the nature of it being such a wide-angle panoramic lens. Similar to a fisheye, you will see a little bit of warping in the image just due to the amount of horizontal information that's being applied to the image. The vertical field of view 100 degrees, obviously you can see, is free of any sort of warping or distortion as such. So it only applies to the horizontal field of view. But just gives you an idea there of the area in which this single camera can cover. So there's no blind spots along the horizontal field of view or plane of the image, if you like, right from one corner to the other. You've got full visibility of what's going on. So a single camera basically doing the job of what you would normally need at least two cameras to do. You see the web front end you will be familiar with from any sort of Hikvision IPC. There's various options across the bottom. You can adjust the aspect ratio of the actual image, switch it to 4:3 back to a native 16:9 there. We can also fill the whole viewing area with that screen, which removes the vertical borders and gives you a full viewing area as such. On the right hand side we've got some other options there as well. We can do a pixel count on an area of the screen. Again, these settings are not specific to this particular model camera. You will find these on a lot of other model Hikvision IPCs as well. Obviously snapshot and also video captures there. Digital zoom can be used, which may be something that you can take advantage of with this camera, with it covering such a wide area. You can draw a box around an area and receive a digital amplification of that particular area. Obviously you can see there that the image quality is degraded somewhat, and that's more or less down to the nature of digital zoom facility. Stretching the pixels of a specific area and widening them obviously will degrade the quality, which it's done there, but again it does allow you to get in and look closer to an area of the screen. We've also got our stream change type here and also our plug-in switch as well that you can utilize. The menu of the actual camera itself is, again, you'd be familiar with from any sort of Hikvision IPC. You've got the usual options down the left. You can adjust the streaming parameters of the image there. We've got it currently set to 4 megapixel. There is various other resolutions we can set the mainstream to. We can also adjust the substream characteristics as well. Sometimes substream may be needed, depending on bandwidth restrictions. You may need to knock that down, and also the actual maximum bit rate and the codec for the substream can be adjusted there as well. There's various image adjust options, again similar to what you would see for the majority of Hikvision IPC cameras. Your day and night settings, your exposure settings are there. They can all be adjusted depending on what you want it to do. Obviously the day and night is the cut filter. You can choose to have that switching or staying in day or night mode permanently. If you've got enough artificial light, you may choose to leave that in day mode and have it a 24/7 colour image. We've also got image enhancement options, digital noise reduction. Down the bottom, white balance and backlight as well. The WDR, which we mentioned earlier, is available. Can be permanently set on or set to an auto setting, or in the case of this camera at the moment, it's set to off. BLC and HLC are also there as well. So the majority of these options are all, what you would expect to see from the majority of Hikvision IPCs. You've got your basic and your smart events there as well, which we can choose to set up, and also schedule desired linkage action for each event as well, which again is everything in its usual place, if you like. So we go back to the live view. There is some quick links on the top corner there where we can actually go into some of those menu options without actually entering the configuration bit. So we can obviously choose to alter the display settings, the OSD settings there, or even the video and audio settings as well. We can quickly adjust from these little tabs here without actually having to go into the main configuration menu. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to obviously go for a little walk, get a bit of exercise. I'm just going to pop out of this rear exit door here and do a walk along here from one side to the other, just to give you an idea of what a subject or a person would appear like various distances from the camera along the horizontal plane. So I'll pop and do that, and you'll be able to see what's happening on the screen. So I'm back, as you can see, a little bit out of breath, but back. But there, just to give you an idea there of what your subject would look like as it's walked along the horizontal field of view from one end of the image to the other. And again, it's very similar to what you would have seen, or no doubt seen, on a fisheye unit wall mounted. So that's the new panoramic range of cameras. They're available now from Dynamic CCTV, and I'm sure you can see obviously the use and also the cabling and labour saving advantages of using one of these cameras to cover a full wide angle field of view, such as what we can see there in the image. If you've got any further questions on this particular camera range, don't hesitate to contact your account manager. Any further technical questions, give the technical department a call, Dynamic CCTV, where we'll be more than happy to assist you further. Just one further thing, remember that the turret unit, the DS2CD2345G0P, is an internal only unit, so not fit to be fit externally. If you need an external unit, you need to select the bullet. That's a DS2CD2T45G0P-I. The bullet can be installed outdoor or indoor. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.